In 3 days, the basic framework of Beichan security has been set up. After Ouyang Ming greeted him, Xincheng passed the registration process with extremely fast approval speed. Ouyang Ming has contacted him and handed him a list of 18 people in total, all of whom are at the elite level. 18 people have reached the number of 2 classes, and Party J is not allowed to recruit more. In Luo Yang's plan, these 18 people will become the instructor team of Beichan security. With the expansion of Beichan security, other ordinary security guards will join later. Members will receive their training. Luo Yang received them specially. What surprised Luo Yang was that if he hadn't read the information Ouyang Ming gave him, he would never have seen that these people in front of him were retired elites. Unlike Ouyang Ming, most people in Ouyang Ming can guess his professional identity when they see him. However, at first glance, these people in front of him look like ordinary people, the kind who cannot be found if they blend in with the crowd. They have all received professional training and are more suitable to engage in the security business. These people have been carefully selected by Ouyang Ming. The 18 people were divided into 6 groups, with 3 people in each group and 3 teams in each group. The captain of the first team was called Li Chang, who had the highest position among all the people. The captain of the second team was called Zhou Ruihua, who was not good at speaking. Both of them were senior non-commissioned officer. The 2 were captains voted by others, and they worked very neatly. After reading the treatment agreement, they signed it directly and then started arranging other things. At the suggestion of the 2, Beichan Technology rented a compound in a nearby community. It used to be a factory that made hardware. The compound has been vacant since the factory moved away. After renting this place, the open space and warehouse behind the yard were transformed into a training ground. Beichan Technology purchased a lot of fitness equipment. From now on, this place will be used as a training ground for the security team. When Beichan security becomes stronger, a new training base will be built separately. The 18 people moved here directly with their luggage, and then began to arrange cameras and other professional equipment. Luo Yang kept smacking his lips as they watched. Professionals really make the difference. After preparing the residence and training venue, Li Chang led the team directly into work. The company's original security team was taken over by them, and a series of follow-up training and background checks would be carried out. Unqualified people would be fired. What if they don't pass? Then fire them all. I will ask our comrades to come over and supplement them. Your character and professional quality will definitely put your mind at ease, Mr. Luo. Li Chang made a guarantee. Of course, these comrades are definitely not able to reach the elite level like them, but they are comrades before they entered the special team. In addition to these, Li Chang led his team to conduct a comprehensive inspection of the entire building. With some special professional equipment, he conducted a careful search for various aspects such as eavesdropping. The final result was quite satisfactory, and no problems were found. Then Li Chang conducted a comprehensive assessment of the building's safety, and even found the building's design drawings. After looking at them carefully, he directly marked out some possible hidden dangers, including some monitoring blind spots have been subject to a series of modification measures. Regarding the glass curtain wall, Li Chang specifically tested the strength. At the same time, he also investigated the height of the surrounding buildings from the perspective of Luo Yang's office and made preparations to prevent sniping. When Li Chang explained the reason to him, Luo Yang was shocked. Beware of snipers? Captain Li, is it necessary to be so careful? No one dares to use powerful firearms in urban areas, right? Mr. Luo, we are all professionals. Since you have hired us, we will naturally take preventive measures according to the highest standards. We will not be in a hurry if we are prepared. Okay, I trust your professionalism, so my personal safety will be left to you. Among the 18-person team, 3 groups of personnel will be divided separately to protect Luo Yang in batches. They will also take on the work of drivers, bodyguards, and some assistants. There are also 2 groups that will be stationed in the company to lead the original security team, are respectively responsible for the company's daily security and the safety protection work of the technical department, and the remaining group is responsible for the training of Beichan security. To be honest, Luo Yang feels much more at ease now. At least he doesn't have to worry about a car suddenly popping out when he goes out one day, causing him to encounter an accident directly. After thinking about it, Luo Yang planned to arrange a group to go to his parents after the manpower was increased. Li Chang's team quickly integrated into the company. After all, among the more than 400 employees, the addition of a dozen new people was not noticeable at all. In addition to Beichan security, Luo Yang is also busy with talent recruitment. First of all, Beichun Technology has launched a large-scale job fair to recruit undergraduate, master's, and doctoral students from major universities across the country. It also welcomes other qualified people to change jobs. During this period, Beichun Technology reached entrustment agreements with major headhunting companies across the country to recruit various urgently needed talents. One of them is the professional manager Luo Yang is looking for. The target is HR with working experience in large multinational companies. Beichun Technology wants to recruit people. All the well-known headhunting companies heard the news and took action. After all, peers are enemies. Maybe the two major headhunting companies are eyeing the same target at the same time. Whoever wins the target in the end will get the final commission. Quick, hurry up and find the right person. In just a few days, the human resources departments of almost every well-known multinational company in the country were poached by headhunting companies. After screening out those who did not meet the standards, the headhunting company handed Luo Yang a list. After making a preliminary selection, Luo Yang began to invite each party one by one for interviews. After interviewing several people in succession, none of them met Luo Yang's requirements until a target named Zhou Hao appeared and Luo Yang's eyes lit up. The information shows that Zhou Hao is 37 years old and has extensive overseas work experience. He has worked for a fruit company, Microsoft, and IBM. During this period, he also worked in the domestic branch of a company for several years. Zhou Hao started from the lowest level. I started as an employee in the HR department and was promoted to the position of head of the HR department. However, I suddenly resigned from IBM 3 years ago. Can you tell me why you resigned from IBM? And what are your views on Beichun Technology? Luo Yang was very interested in his resume. Why would such a talented person who studied abroad and worked for 3 major international giants give up a high-paying position at this age and choose to return to China? There are 2 reasons. The first reason is that IBM is no longer the blue giant it used to be. IT has become lifeless and its thinking has become more and more rigid. Although it still has the most patents in the world, it cannot change the fact that it has become decayed, which is inconsistent with my pursuit. The second reason is even simpler. Before I resigned, I heard relatively accurate news that the United States was preparing to sanction Zhongting. I realized that the United States would continue to suppress the Dragon Kingdom. As a Dragon Country person, I felt it was necessary to return to China to do my best. After considering 2 reasons, I decided to resign and return to China for development. Zhou Hao was dressed in a neat black suit and his tone was very calm. Although he was basically unemployed for 3 years due to the non-compete agreement, it did not erase his self-confidence. The subsequent development was as I expected. The only thing that exceeded my expectations was the emergence of Beichun Technology. As a technology company with core technologies, Beichun Technology's rise is inevitable. As a new giant, now is the most dynamic time. But this also means that Beichun Technology will become one of the key targets of the United States. As the saying goes, fighting with others is endless fun. I think this will be very challenging. In addition, the non-competition agreement restriction period is over. I needed a job to support my family, so when the headhunter came to me, I agreed. Zhou Hao didn't mean to hide anything and directly told the truth that he needed a job. His straightforward attitude won Luo Yang's favor. At present, the average age of Beichun Technology executives is no more than 26 years old. They are typically young people, not afraid of setbacks and full of energy, but there is also a problem, that is, there is no experience, and professional managers are needed to make up for it. Luo Yang was very satisfied with Zhou Hao's personal resume and personal interview. He is a person who knows his position very well. I like your honesty, and at the same time, all your conditions are very consistent with our needs. If you don't intend to refuse, then Beichun Technology welcomes you to join. I have no reason to refuse. Zhou Hao, who was originally very calm, now also showed a happy expression. The 2 parties hit it off immediately, and then Luo Yang consulted the other party about his salary needs. Like Zhang He, it was a combination of high salary plus stock futures. For this kind of talent, Luo Yang also planned to bind him for a long time, so he did not refuse, and offered a salary that was 50% higher than the industry standard, which was already more than Zhou Hao's salary before his resignation. After signing the agreement, Zhou Hao officially joined Beichun Technology and directly served as the deputy director of the Human Resources Department. After Zhou Hao was fully familiar with all aspects of the Human Resources Department. He will succeed Lin Ye as the supervisor of the Human Resources Department. Luo Yang handed over the recruitment of manpower to the Human Resources Department, and it was a good time to take advantage of this incident to take a look at Zhou Hao's abilities. Luo Yang is responsible for the acquisition of cloud computing vendors. At present, in the domestic cloud computing market, in addition to BTA, there are also cloud computing launched by three giants: Amazon Cloud, Warwick Cloud, and Longhua Telecom. There is only one listed company that started based on cloud computing alone, and another one is seeking to list it. The target of this acquisition is a cloud computing vendor other than these 8 companies, called Egret Technology, which was established in 2014. The name of Egret Technology is very interesting. Its name comes from the Tang Dynasty poem A Line of Egrets Climbing the Blue Sky. There are no clouds in the whole poem, but it just fits the positioning of its cloud business. Compared to other companies, Egret Technology is slightly smaller and its market share is not too high. Its current cloud computing market share ranks among the top 15 in China. Its business scope is mainly domestic, and it is also considering overseas expansion. Layout. Egret Technology has been building data centers in the past few years, and has now built 12 large data centers across the country, mainly in Guizhou, Mongolia, and other places. At the same time, there are also small and medium-sized data centers under construction in Suzhou and other places. Egret Technology has been losing money since its establishment last year. It lost 120 million yuan. The company has already conducted angel round, A round, and B round financing. It will soon prepare for C round financing. The specific financing amount has not been disclosed. The outside world has not disclosed. Egret Technology's current valuation is 2 billion yuan. Luo Yang selected Egret Technology among the 3 acquisition targets given by the Public Relations Planning Department. The main reason why Beichun Technology entered cloud computing through acquisition is to shorten the time. Building an IDC, Internet Data Center, requires site selection, approval, construction, completion acceptance, server acquisition, equipment maintenance, and labor recruitment. It takes a long time to wait for multiple procedures. The installed capacity of Beichun systems has been increasing rapidly. If we build it ourselves, it is estimated that when Beichun Technology defeats Microsoft, the data center may not be completed. This is the main reason for acquiring Egret Technology. The negotiation team understood what Luo Yang meant. Beichun Technology only took a fancy to the 12 large data centers built by Egret Technology, and did not have much interest in it itself. Okay, let's make a quote to Egret Technology next. The first quote is 1.5 billion yuan. This job fair lasted for a week, and a total of 220 people were recruited, the vast majority of whom were technical engineers, specializing in different fields. A week later, the job fair ended, and on this day, Luo Yang and Egret Technology also reached an acquisition agreement. The 2 parties formally signed an acquisition agreement. Beichun Technology invested 1.87 billion yuan to fully acquire the assets of Egret Technology. After the acquisition was completed, Egret Technology became a wholly owned subsidiary of Beichun Technology, and the original founders and shareholders all exited. Egret Technology's technical team of more than 200 people will be retained. Afterwards, an assessment will be conducted at the same time as the remaining executives. Those who fish in troubled waters will be fired. The remaining employees will have their original salaries increased by 5% and will be included in Beichun Technology. In the internal employee promotion system, you can enjoy various employee benefits of Beichun Technology. After the news was announced, Beichun Technology, which had just lost popularity due to the end of the job fair, once again made the headlines. After mobile payment, Beichun Technology took action again, spending 1.87 billion yuan to enter the field of cloud computing. There are changes in the field of cloud computing. Another giant has entered the market. Judging from the 2 acquisitions, Beichun Technology is trying to create an ecological closed loop of the Beichun system. Similar news once again bombarded people's horizons. Today, many people are no longer unfamiliar with cloud computing. Cloud disks, cloud storage, and other cloud services are all related to cloud computing. The major cloud computing giants immediately raised their vigilance. The strong entry of Beichun Technology, a catfish, is bound to cause a new storm. At the same time, Beichun Technology also officially announced that it will hold a product launch conference in a week. What is completely different from 2 months ago is that this time, after Beichun Technology released the news, major media outlets across the country directly came to visit, hoping to get invitations to the press conference. You ignored Beichin technology back then, but you can't reach Beichin technology now. As the saying goes, 30 years in Hedong, 30 years in Heshi, don't bully young people into poverty. After 2 months, Zhou Hai, the head of Shanghai, a well-known media outlet, was invited again and felt very complicated. In just 2 months, too many things have happened. Now Beichin technology has been completely transformed. Before the acquisition was completed, Luo Yang had already conducted an inspection and valuation of the data center through a professional third-party agency. At this moment, the acquisition was completed. Luo Yang directly led part of Beichin Technology's technical team and the newly recruited cloud computing employees to settle in eGrid Technology. Together with eGrid Cloud's technical staff, they formed a huge team of nearly 300 people to prepare for eGrid Cloud. Optimize. There is nothing wrong with the hardware equipment of major data centers and they are fully capable of supporting the development of cloud services, but the underlying software architecture is far behind. As the developer of Beichin system, no one questions Luo Yang's opinions on software. In the end, Luo Yang simply waved his hand and directly led the technical team to redesign the underlying code. At the same time, he also used the Beichin system and the soon-to-be-released Beichin database to complete the transformation of Bailuyan. It only took a week. On October 21st, the product launch conference was held on time. The location of this press conference was directly placed in the auditorium on the first floor of Beichin building. After having a new headquarters, Beichin Technology finally did not need to borrow other people's venues to hold press conferences. An interesting scene appeared. The media who didn't show up last time were all present this time. Those who couldn't get invitations also squatted outside Beichin building to interview and report on the scene. In particular, some self-media broadcast the whole process directly on their mobile phones, enjoying the popularity of Beichin Technology. On the contrary, none of the business leaders who attended Beichin Technology last time showed up. Because now Beichin Technology has become one of their biggest and most difficult opponents, time flies and changes occur. 2 months ago, probably no one would have thought of today's scenes. Although there are no big bosses like last time, there are new big bosses coming to support us. First of all, Director Luo Fuda, who attended the last press conference, also attended this time. After all, the executives of Beichin Technology are almost all from Fuzhou University, and they are all sons and daughters of their own family. Director Lu must support him no matter what he says. The 6 major computer vendors, Lianshan, Hupu, Dell, Hongji, Huashua, and Xinchuan, each sent their heavyweights to attend the press conference. As the global strategic partners of Beichin Computer Systems, it is necessary for the 6 major companies to attend the press conference. What's more, this conference is also related to computer manufacturers. Warwick and Rice did not send people to participate this time, but Vayu and Apu did. In fact, it is not difficult to understand that Warwick is due to the competition between Hongmeng's system and cloud computing, and Dami is due to the sharp decline of Yinshan Office. Especially the theme of this conference is the office software developed by Beichin Technology. It is conceivable that Yinshan Office's stock price will fall further after the press conference, and Rebus's mentality is about to explode at this time. Yujin Guogui had previously made offers to acquire Beichin Technology, but had not received a reply, so the two giants did not send anyone to participate. In short, this press conference can be said to show the various aspects of life. Li Chine leads the security team and is responsible for the security issues of the press conference. It was also 10 o'clock in the morning, and the press conference officially started. Hello everyone, we meet again. Still wearing the familiar attire, plaid shirt plus jeans plus sneakers, the audience who attended the last press conference felt a little dazed when they saw the young Luo Yang again. This day, they still feel a little incredible. It was this young man in front of me who created a miracle. He successfully developed a domestic computer system, solved Microsoft's supply cutoff crisis. In just 2 months, he went from a freshly graduated college student to a billionaire. Beichin Technology also grew rapidly like a balloon, becoming the most eye-catching company in Long Country during this period. None of them. Whoosh whoosh. Warm applause broke out instantly and resounded throughout the entire press conference. Thank you for your applause, thank you everyone. Luo Yang smiled and thanked everyone for their applause. Also in Huya's official live broadcast room, sand sculpture netizens gathered together again. I, Hu Han-san, am back again. Wow, Mr. Luo is still so handsome, and he feels calmer than last time. +1, from the last press conference to this press conference, I felt like a dream in the 2 months. It's not just you, I feel the same way. By the way, does anyone still remember the man who wanted to eat Xiang? Is there any follow-up? Ha ha ha, it's been a long time ago, but there are still people who remember this. The barrages of joy are densely packed. After the applause fell, Luo Ouyang continued to speak. When the last press conference was held, everything was in a hurry. At that time, Beichin Technology actually didn't have much funds, and releasing the Beichin system was a helpless choice. But luckily, we succeeded. The major venture capital institutions who were watching the live broadcast, as well as many giants trying to acquire Beichin Technology, were all excited at this moment. Damn it, Luo Ouyang. Everyone was already heartbroken, but now he actually wanted to pull them out to whip their corpses. After dissing a wave of venture capital institutions that missed financing opportunities, Luo Ouyang continued. Beichin Technology has undergone great changes in the past 2 months, and more like-minded partners continue to join us. With the efforts of more people, Beichin Technology is getting better and better. We are also working hard to develop better products and provide better services to everyone. Having said this, Luo Ouyang pressed the remote control, and the large screen behind him displayed the standby interface of the Beichin system. After this period of use, everyone must be very familiar with the Beichin computer system. More and more users are using our Beichin system, and their footprints are all over the world. Even at the scientific research station in Antarctica, there are users of Beichin computer system. Of course, we are able to achieve today's results without the help of our partners. It is they who provide excellent hardware services that help promote the Beichin computer system. The camera cut to the audience in the audience. Representatives from the 6 major computer vendors and Vayu and Apu were displayed on the big screen. Several people stood up and waved politely to the audience behind them. Applause started again. In addition to the computer system, our Aurora searches have also achieved very good results. The Aurora search interface was displayed on the big screen in a timely manner. We have launched a new theme and color design, and also optimized the search engine algorithm to make the search results more accurate. We have added more servers to improve the speed and stability of the search. So far, Aurora Search's average daily IP visits have reached 15 million, and its average daily PVs have reached 90 million. Aurora Search's user visits have surpassed most domestic search engines and become the second largest in the country. Applause started again. In the past 2 months, Aurora Search has always had a very good reputation. Except for its relatively monotonous functions, it can be said to be no worse than Xiandu in other aspects. The most important thing is that Aurora Search has no ads. Aurora Browser has also won the favor of most users. I think all users who have used the Beichin system will understand its superior stability and compatibility. This sentence won the approval of everyone present. Many people are already talking about it on the internet. Many people believe that if Aurora Browser is unbound from the Beichin system, the current share of Aurora Browser will be enough to defeat any domestic computer web browser. Products produced by Beichin must be high-quality products. After reviewing the products we released last time, let's introduce the protagonists of our launch today. Following Luo Ouyang's voice, new content was displayed on the big screen behind him.